Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, please don't forget to subscribe. If you're subscribed already, don't forget to like and comment. So my makeup today is inspired by this t-shirt that I got as a gift from my sister. I hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. Have fun with me. The first thing I'm doing is to wipe my face. I'm using a face wipe to just clean my face, although my face is washed already. Then I apply a primer. So I forgot to film when I started applying my primer, so I just remembered and I started filming like immediately. I'm using a health mattifying primer. Hopefully I pray my foundation don't dry up immediately I apply it on my face. So I'm just going to go in with my mattifier as well on my brow, my T-zone, and under my eye and my chin. These are very important places for me because I don't want to sweat on those part of my face. So I'm just going to apply my mattifier and ensure it sticks into my skin properly. So guys, today I'm using my Marykay Time Wise foundation. I got this in December and I don't think I've ever tried it, so I'm trying it in this tutorial. I'm using a beauty blender. Like I always say, you start from one portion of the face, then you go to other parts of the face, and that's what I'm doing. I'm just tapping and moving from one part of the face to the other, just to ensure that the foundation sinks into my skin properly. I like using a beauty blender because it makes the foundation flawless compared to using a brush. It depends on what works for you anyways, but that's what I like. But the only problem I have with beauty blenders is the fact that it takes in a lot of product and it's like a waste. So it's not, I don't use it all the time, but when I use it, you always see the difference in my makeup. So I'm just going to apply it all over my face, under my eye, my eye bags and everything, just to cover all the imperfections on my face. I had so much foundation, so I had to take a little bit out of my face. Then I just continue to use my beauty blender to dab in the foundation into my skin. Just keep doing that every part of my face, just to ensure that I did that properly. Then go to some part of my neck, my ear as well, just to ensure that everything blends in pretty well. So guys, can you see how the foundation looks? Now I'm going in with my highlighter. I'm using a concealer. That's Elegel in Fawn. That's the best highlighter for my own skin tone. Then I'm applying it at places that I want to put attention on my face, which is under my brow bone, my forehead, my nose bridge, under the eye to cover my eye bag and also to highlight the face, and my chin. So I'm applying in little portions because I don't want it to be too much. Then I go in with my beauty blender again. I dab gently, and also ensure that your beauty blender is damp, not wet but damp. So guys, I keep blending, which you guys know is like my motto when it comes to makeup. Like, you blend until you're satisfied. So I'm just going to keep blending with my beauty blender and ensuring that the concealer sinks into my foundation properly. Also, because I feel like my concealer is so much, I just dab a little of it to the eye region, just to serve as a base on my eye crease as well. So I just keep blending, which just to make sure that my makeup looks very great. I blend other parts of my face as well. So guys, if you notice right now, I'm kind of finding it difficult to blend my concealer into my skin. This is because, or I think because I used too many mattifying products. So I used a mattifying primer, which I shouldn't have bothered to use a mattifier again after using that. But I don't know, I still felt like going in with my mattifier because I've never tried that type of primer before. I've never tried that particular brand of primer before, so I decided to still use a mattifier with it. But at the end of the day, I realized that I think the primer is good enough for me to use without using a mattifier. So, but in case you get into situations like this, just damp your beauty blender again. I think everything will come out right, and that's what I did. So guys, now I'm going in with my setting powder. That's in Hazelnut. So I'm just going to, I won't say set basically, but I'm just going to apply the setting powder on portions of my face that I have already highlighted. So the reason I'm doing this is just to make sure I have a flawless finish. So even if I don't get to still set my face for a long while, I still have my highlight popping on my face. So that's just the entire goal, or that's just the reason why I'm going through this procedure. It's not very necessary. I can just decide to set the face, just apply the powder and leave it for a couple of minutes before I now dust it off. But I feel like this method makes the highlight pop more, and it makes the highlight stay for a longer while. That's what I think, or that's what I've noticed ever since I started using this particular method on myself. So I'm just going in with the same my beauty blender, so just to make sure that everything is intact and is great. Guys, I'd like you to let me know what you think about this method in the comment section. I really appreciate it. I'm really looking forward to my comment section being more interactive than it is right now. I'm hoping that you guys can do that. So now I'm going to just go with my setting spray just to make sure that everything sinks into my skin and I dry it. So this, guys, I'm going in with my Kat translucent powder. So I'm going to be applying this powder loosely on my face just to set my face, pending the time that I would be working on my eye region. So I'm going to apply it on the portions of my face where I already highlighted initially, and a part of my nose as well, just to make sure that my nose contour pops out properly. Then I'm also going to be applying it at my lower my jawline, not necessarily my jawline, my lower cheekbone or below my lower cheekbone, just to define my face properly, just to make sure that my face comes out properly. Then guys, now I'm going into my brow. I'm going to be putting, I did a brow tutorial last week, so I'm going to be putting the link in my comment section, in my description box below. So if you have issues with drawing your brows, you can watch that video, and I hope it helps you, and if it does, please let me know. So basically, I outline my brow and I fill it in. So that's just my own simple way of doing my brows. Then I brush it to make it look flawless, as flawless as possible. I'm really not a big fan of extremely thick brows. I like my brows slim, soft, not too archy. Like, I don't like the brow, the arc popping out so much that it looks real. Looks fake. So I just like try as much as possible to make sure that my brows look as flawless as possible. And that's just it. So guys, I'm using a flat brush today, not my normal angle brush. And at the top part of, at the front part of my brows, I'm using the foundation, my shade. So the foundation I used that I applied on my face is what I'm applying at that portion of my face, of my brow, just to make the brows look great. And at the brow bone region, I'm going to be using my concealer. So you remember, like when I highlighted my face, that I used the concealer at that portion. I told you guys that then that it wasn't completely necessary to have done that, but I kind of think it helped me define my brow properly and made it easy for me, rather than me just trying to locate my brow bone, since I already highlighted my brow bone. So I knew where it was, and it was easy for me to draw my brows. Like, immediately I had my pencils with me. So you can also try that method. I think it works out great. But I'll not forget to put the brow tutorial in my description box below. So guys, see my brows looking great already without any trouble or problem. Then I begin to blend, which is very important to me. Blending the brow into my skin is very important, because if I don't blend it, it's just going to stand like, and it's going to look very irritating. So I just make sure I blend all the harsh lines, make sure everything gets out, and the brow looks great already. So today I'm using my Marykay eyeshadow primer as my third base, because I already applied my foundation, I applied the concealer, I dapped my concealer on my eye crease. So now I'm using my Marykay eyeshadow primer. So guys, I'm using my blush in orange as my transition color today. So I'm going to apply it at the corners of my eyes, then go in at up to my crease, my eye crease, and I just blend it in. So I ensure to blend in properly, because if I don't blend properly, it's just going to look somehow. So I just keep blending, because today my makeup is inspired by my t-shirts. So I'm trying to use a neon pigment that I got sometimes when I was on my trip back home. So that's what I'm going to use in today's tutorial. So because it's kind of an orange kind of look, I decided to use orange blush as a base, or as my transition color. Then I do the same thing to the other eye. So if you guys know, I'm a big fan of doing everything one simultaneously. I don't like finishing one eye region before going to the next one to start that particular style all over. So I just do the two. Like when I do one on one part, I do the same thing on the other eye. I'm using another blending brush just to make sure that everything gets into my skin properly. I don't want to have different looks on my eye, although no one is perfect, but sometimes you can make your eyeshadow perfect. That's possible on yourself, so it is possible. So now I'm going in with a deep pink shade of my blush as well. So I'm just going to blend it over the orange color, so it gives me this reddish look, and this is kind of what I'm actually looking at having for my transition and my eye corner, because today I'm thinking of not using anything dark at all. So instead of using a dark color or a dark eyeshadow, I decided to use a deep blush, deep pink, or would I say deep blush pink. So guys, using my another eyeshadow primer, which is Elegant eyeshadow primer, as the base for my pigment. So I'm using a neon pigment in orange. That color is really frightening. Like, it's a very bright color, and for someone that is dark skin, it's something you have to check and consider very well before you think of using it. But I think I'm going to do justice to using this particular pigment. So guys, can you see how I applied it? I'm using a flat brush. I should have shown that before I started applying. So my brush is a bit flat. Then what I just do is I close my eye and start applying the pigment. The pigment was actually falling off, so I had to try different method to ensure that it doesn't fall off. I had to damp at some point, because that's how I normally do when I want to do with glitter pigments. Like, I damp my brush before I start applying. So I tried doing that as well, and I think that kind of worked for me, because at the beginning it was actually even after doing this, it was still pouring, but it wasn't as much as when I just started applying the pigments. So another reason why I actually decided to bake my face was because I knew that this pigment was going to fall off, and I didn't want it to already spoil the highlight that I had already done on my face. So since I was going to still dust this off, I think this like was my saving grace with this makeup. Guys, can you see this pigment? Okay, the pigment is from Eyesome. It's a brand in Nigeria as well, so I got it from them during last makeup fair in December. So you guys can actually patronize them. I think it comes in 6 shades, so this is one of the shades. I'm hoping that one of these days I'll be able to use the other shades in one of my tutorials. And I think it's very pigmented. It's very, very pigmented. You guys can see it. Like, I didn't have to do too much to make the colors pop this much. So guys, this is one of the best things you can ever have. I try to also to always reblend again. I'm just trying to reblend my transition color, and also try to apply my pigment properly over my eye crease. So guys, I'm going to dust off my lashes now. Just use a spoolie to just essentially dust off the pigments from my lashes before I use a mascara to darken my lashes again. So now I'm going to use a mascara over it just to darken my lashes again and ensure that the pigments are no longer obstructing or causing color difference. So can you see the effect of having a good mascara? So the mascara is darkening my lashes. Like, my lashes are extremely dark already. So now I'm going in with my pencil. So this is a black pencil. I think it's a Maybelline black pencil. So what I'm just doing is I'm trying to clean my waterline, the top waterline. So I'm just applying the pencil, or just the waterline alone, the waterline, the top waterline alone, just to make sure that that place is darkened and the pigment is not going to obstruct me when I place my lashes. So now I'm going in with my gel eyeliner, which is a Cavendish gel liner. So I'm just going to line my lash line just to define my eyes, just to make the eye pop out. The eyes is already popping already, but there's something about lining the eyes that gives a difference. So can you see the difference in both eyes? This other eye, the one I already lined, looks shows the colors better. It makes it more obvious compared to the one I had not lined. So I'm just going to line the other one as well. I'm not doing any serious lining. I'm not doing any wing lines or anything. It's just normal lining. So guys, I'm using my Zaron eyeliner in Gin. So it's a blue shade. So I'm just going to use it on my waterline, my lower waterline. Because I told you guys earlier, my makeup inspiration is from my t-shirts, which has a combination of blue and orange. So that's where the inspiration in my eye is coming from. So this part gets me really tingling or tickling, yeah, because your eyes is very delicate. When anything is coming close to the eye, you feel like somebody wants to put something, but right now you're the one doing it yourself, so just have to be careful. And sometimes this thing makes water run out of your eyes. The way the water would drop, you'll be like, is this not me? Sometimes you might even lose control. So whenever you're trying to line your water line or of your eyes, you have to be very careful. So now we're going into dusting off. So I'm just going to dust off all the setting powder that I applied, just to make sure that my pigments are not on my face again, just on my eye region, not on the entire face, and also to make sure that everything looks good and great. Guys, can you feel my eyes? Looking at my eyes self, I'm proud of myself, and I like everything that I see. I like everything as everything is coming together. Like, I'm really feeling it already. So guys, major thing is just the dusting. Very, very important. If you don't do this, I'm sorry for you. I don't know what you will see, or like what's the end result will look like. But guys, can you feel my makeup? Because I'm feeling it already. You can't tell me that you're not feeling it. So now, you guys know, I always like doing powder contour because I find doing cream contour extremely stressful. So I just apply my Maybelline Cacao on my lower cheekbone just to make sure my face is properly defined and it comes out well. Just to accentuate the face, I think that's the word. Just to make sure that your face looks again, if you know what I mean. So I'm also going to apply a contour powder on my temple as well, just to also define my face, because contour and highlights, what they basically do is just to define the face properly. I'm also doing that on my lower chin. So apply my contour powder on my temple, my lower cheekbone, and my lower chin or jawline. That's the best word. So I'm also going in with my orange blush again. I'm also blush on my cheekbone. So I'm just going to apply very, very little because my height is already saying a lot. There's a lot already going on in my eye region. So because of that, I'm just going to, every other thing is going to be as minimal as possible, even to my bronzer. For a glow girl like me, I'm going to make everything as minimal as possible so that I don't look scary. So guys, can you see how very minimal the blush is? It's there, but it's like it's not there. So that's just it basically. That's just the whole idea. So guys, I'm using my Mood Beauty bronzer. I'm using a shade for my skin tone that I feel like would work very well for my skin. I'm just going to apply very little on my cheekbone. Right now I'm applying this on my cheekbone itself, directly on my cheekbone. So most times what I do is I smile and look at my cheekbone and then I apply. But today, I don't know what came over me. I just applied because I actually know where my cheekbone is already. So I apply on my forehead, on my chin, my cheekbone as well. These are places that I want to glow in or that I want my face to pop out. So just apply it there. So guys, remember I highlighted my nose but I didn't contour it. So I'm just going to use one of my classic powder. I think I used the deep dark and dark together. I kind of mixed it together and I use it in contouring my nose. So as you can see, my nose contour is already coming out. Like, you can actually define my nose. You can see my nose bridge. You can see how everything looks like. So contour and highlight is kind of very important when you want to wear a makeup look that is like, you want to go all the way out about a makeup look. So contour and highlight does that for you. So I'm also highlighting my nose bridge and under my brow bone. So that's just basically it. That's just basically where you apply your bronzer. So guys, this is my powder, Bare Minerals in Clove 28. It's my exact shade. So I'm just going to use a powder brush to apply the powder all over my face, all over the region of my face that I need to blend in properly. So I'm just going to use my powder brush and just go in just to make sure everything looks the same. Also, I'm going to blend my temple and my forehead together, some part of my nose as well, just to make sure everything is defined, and blend my neck region as well. My neck, my ear, it's a very important part so that the makeup don't look like a mask. So now for my lip, I have blisters on my lip. I don't know, it's not showing in this video, but I had serious blisters on my lip, so I didn't want anything that would make my lip hurt me, so I just did something very little. So the blisters are in the middle part of the lip, not on the lip line, so I just lined my lip with a brown lipstick from Beyond Beauty. It's also a Nigerian brand, and just line the lip. Used a lip brush to line the lip. Then I go in with that. I just try to blend it into my lip, and I leave that portion of my lip that I'm leaving is the part where I have the blisters, so I don't want anything to like kind of tamper with that part. So I decided to just use a NY Extreme Book pen, so just apply a little bit and pat it. I know it's mattifying, so I'm just going to kind of just pat it a little bit on my lip. Then I would use a lip gloss, because actually having a matte lip right now would really hurt my lip, especially when I want to clean off the makeup. So I just decided to make it glossy and make it as glossy as possible. Like, I'm using a La Senza lip gloss. Gosh, that lip gloss, it smells great. It also tastes great. Like, sometimes when I just taste it in my mouth, I'm like, wow, I really love this lip gloss. So I just basically applied lip gloss gently, like defining my lips, not just applying and just patting. So I define every part of my lip as I apply my lip gloss, and it comes out really, really great. I hope you guys will try this entire routine. I hope you guys love it. Kindly let me know. So guys, see my eyes now. See this baby girl. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I hope to see you guys soon. Have a great week. Bye.